Hey guys, it's Pastor John here with Coram Deo Church. This last Sunday, as we gathered for worship, I announced that the elders were calling the church to a season of prayer and fasting. We have done this in seasons in the past, and we feel like we are in another season in which this seems to be a wise thing to do. So we are calling you, the church body, to a season of prayer and fasting, and this is what we envision that looking like for us. On Wednesday evening, you have your meal, and then on Thursday morning, you wake up and you skip breakfast, and then you skip lunch, and then Thursday evening for your dinner, you would break your fast and have that meal Thursday night dinner. So we realize that some of you can't participate with this because of health reasons. Some of you can't participate with it on Thursdays. That's fine. If you want to be part of this in a way that will work for you and your schedule and whatever health needs you have, please be creative and feel free to do what you want. But for those of you who are able, we're asking you to skip those two meals on Thursdays. And what we want to do during those times is we want to use that time that we would typically spend eating a meal. We want to use that time in prayer. And we also want to listen to our bodies because when you skip a meal or two, you start to feel it. And what you're feeling, what we're feeling is the needy nature of our bodies, that we are dependent. And so that hunger that our bodies experience needs to be leveraged to remind us that we are a needy, dependent people who are dependent upon God for all things. So use that hunger and that discomfort to remind you of your dependence. But then also we want to be praying. And so we've asked you, the church, to be praying for three different things throughout this season of fasting. So they are: one, that God would convert and bring salvation to our leaders. We are asking for this locally, at the county level, at the state level, and then at the highest level in our country for our president and vice president. We are asking that God would save them, convert them, and transform them, that they would judge and rule righteously according to his righteousness and his ethics. So we are praying for that. Two, we are praying for the families in our church body who are facing termination, loss of employment over the vaccine mandates. There are a number of people in our church who work in healthcare. They're healthcare professionals, and a number of people who are federal employees and who are contractors with the federal government at the shipyard. And so right now with these mandates and based on their conscience, their livelihood is being threatened. And what that means in a very practical sense is that the ability to pay bills, the ability to pay a mortgage, the ability to put food on the table, the ability to put clothing on family members, that is at stake. And so a lot of them understandably are going through a very difficult time. And so we want to be praying that God would give them peace and that God would protect them. He would provide for them. And we want to pray that their employment, in fact, would be protected and they would be able to keep their jobs. And then lastly, we're asking for you to pray that God would provide a new facility, a new building, or a building solution for us. We are running 3 services in the morning. Our later 2 services are typically at capacity. We're doing everything that we can to be good stewards of the resources that God has given us. But the elders really think that the long-term solution to what we're dealing with is probably a building. We are not interested in taking on large, heavy mortgages. We are praying for God to open a door to provide a building for us. That's how we got into this space. Initially, we weren't looking for it and we couldn't afford it, but God clearly opened doors for us to get us in here, and that's just been part of our story. And so we're asking you to pray that God would do something similar in our community, that he would open up a door to a larger facility where we can gather together, not be completely packed, not doing 3 services every morning and burning out our staff. And so we're asking you to pray for those 3 things. This is going to begin on the first Thursday of October. I'm going to get my date right here. That would be the 7th of October. And then we're going to do this every Thursday leading up to Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving, obviously, we're feasting. We're going to break that season of fast, and we're going to enter into the holidays and enjoy all of our favorite cookies and traditions and meals together and whatnot. But between now and Thanksgiving, we're asking you to consider participating in the season of prayer and fasting. We'll be sending out reminders through email, and you'll see it on social media as well. And you may not even go to Coram Deo Church, and you're seeing this video, and I would just encourage you, hey, you can pray for our leaders that God would save them. You can pray for the families in our community or in your church that are being threatened by these mandates, and you can pray that God would provide us with a building, and pray for your own church as well. So join us in this time of prayer and fasting, and we are anticipating and excited to see what God might do through all of this. Okay, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.